Oh, let's do that again. Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again. Welcome back to Movies with Actors and Actresses That I Like or Love month. This time we're talking about a 2011 movie directed by Jaume Collet Serra, the same director that did Nonstop, starring Liam Neeson. Yes, I know it's not the Taken sequels. It's Unknown from 2011. Yeah, I've never reviewed this movie, so why not? I like Liam Neeson as a lead. It also stars Diane Kruger, who I'm not a fan of, but I'll get to that. You have January Jones. I'm going to talk about her soon. Aidan Quinn, Bruno Gantz, and Frank Langella. Yeah, a legendary actor. It was produced by Joel Silver, Leonard Goldberg, and Andrew Rona. It's based on a 2003 French novel. Never heard of that. Published in English as Out of My Head, which was adapted as a film screenplay. The narrative centers around a professor, Liam Neeson, who wakes up from a 4-day-long coma and sets out to prove his identity after no one recognizes him, including his own wife, and another man claims to be him. So basically like the Bourne Identity, just with, without the spy espionage. And this is a decent film. I don't know why critics had a hard time accepting this movie. It's well shot. Neeson does a great performance. The action sequences, when they're there, they're plentiful. Then it's not one action sequence. I can actually see what's going on, unlike the Taken sequels. One of the problems I have is Diana Kruger as Gina. I didn't find her interesting. I didn't like her in the National Treasure movies. I didn't like her in The Host with Saoirse Ronan from Little Women. I thought that was boring. She's just a dull actress to me. And she's Joyman, which, like Salma Hayek, not Salma Hayek, excuse me, but like Sandra Bullock, I'm just not a fan. The film starts with him and his wife. They arrive in Berlin, Germany, for a biotechnological summit. At their hotel, Harris realizes he left his briefcase in the airport and takes a taxi to retrieve it. Taxi is involved in an accident, crashes into the spree, and that's when he's in his coma. The driver rescues him but flees the scene. Harris regains her consciousness at a hospital after being in a coma for 4 days. So that's scary to try to, to be asleep for that long. But yeah, the movie is basically, kind of a cat and mouse movie. And the actors do the best they can, except for, like I said, Diana Kruger. You could have cut her out because January Jones is all I needed in the movie. She plays Elizabeth Liz Harris. And this is a picture of her in case you forgot what she looks like. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous freaking woman. The first thing I saw her in was American Wedding. Look at that face. That is a beautiful woman right there. Some people say she's plain and boring. But again, she's not a comedic actress. That's why she wasn't in SNL. She didn't do well. Because she's not, she's not a Kristen Wiig. Or a Tina Fey. Or Amy Poehler. She's just not that. She's not a comedian, guys. Don't try to make a comedian out of somebody that's not funny. Or, has done comedic stuff. She was in American Wedding, but, excuse me, I haven't slept well. She was in American Wedding, American Pie 3, but she wasn't the funny one in that movie. The guys are usually the funny ones. But she's a gorgeous woman, and she has a lot of screen presence. She's beautiful in the movie. She's got this luscious blonde hair. And her and Liam Neeson, for the big age difference, didn't bother me. Because she could play anybody's wife, and at this point, she was also in X-Men First Class, but I thought she was wasted in that. Had the look of Emma Frost, but didn't do much for me. And the film, the critics were too harsh on this movie. They gave it a 55%, which is not horrible, but it got a rotten, and I'm like, it's a little bit confusing in the middle if you don't follow it, if you don't stay on focus on the plot. But it's not horrible. CS says Liam Neeson elevates the proceeding considerably, but Unknown is ultimately too derivative and implausible to take advantage of an intriguing premise. But I will say this. It is better than Jason Bourne from 2016. That was boring, tedious, and Matt Damon didn't want to be there. At least Liam Neeson is awake in this movie. Justin Chang gave it a thing. He called it an emotionally and psychologically threadbare exercise. Yeah. It's a decent film. Like it's well shot. It's 113 minutes. It's a little bit long. It's almost 2 hours. So I guess they thought that the long running time was going to bring people in the theater. It made a decent chunk of change. The movie only cost 30 million, 30 to 40 million, and made 136. It made a profit on like half of the movies this year. And Richard Roper gave it a B plus, saying unknown stretches plausibility to the near breaking point, but it's so well paced and the performances are so strong, and most of the questions are ultimately answered. Yeah, I agree with that. It's like the movie Limitless that came out the same year with Bradley Cooper. Interesting premise: a pill that can make your brain, like just wake up, and you can not know everything, but it makes your brain work faster and kind of gives you superpowers. That's a cool premise. The mind is a very cool thing to know about. That's why people loved Inception 10 years ago. So if you're looking for a movie from 2011 that you probably missed, because I know some people didn't see this movie, Unknown is a pretty decent movie. I saw it on cable a couple years ago, and back in like 2017 or 2018. I like the film. It's not horrible. It's not even Neeson's worst. I think two of his worst are the Taken sequels because the camera shakes so much. I don't even know what's going on. Uh, Jami Khalid Serra doesn't shake the camera that much. He's from Barcelona, Spain. Yeah, but I do like his films. I liked Unknown. I liked Nonstop. I haven't seen The Shallows. Even The Commuter was a decent movie with Liam Neeson. His next film is Black Adam and Jungle Cruise. Hear me out. Black Adam, I'm looking forward to. The Rock is going to kill it as that villain. I don't give a damn about Jungle Cruise because The Rock in the jungle again for like the fifth time after the Jumanji sequels and Journey 2 and freaking The Rundown. Yeah, he was in the jungle in that. Tired of seeing The Rock in the jungle. He's a good director. Directors from Spain or Mexico have a good eye for detail. This movie has it. This movie looks amazing. This film basically looks like a lost Denis Villeneuve movie. Like Prisoners or At Arrival or something like that. Yeah, they have an eye for detail. See, foreign directors get the job done if they know what they're doing. Not Guy Ritchie, where his movies are so sporadic and random that I don't know what's going on. Or they're bad remakes or bad like Aladdin, or they're movies that go on for way too long, or they're unfunny like gangster British gangster movies, which are not for me. This kind of film is for me. It's basically like a Bourne movie, but with an older man. But and I like the film for what it is. It came out in February. That's rare. A winter movie that wasn't horrible. That's saying a lot. And people that say that January Jones can't act, she's better in this than the X-Men First Class. See Sweetwater from 2013. She does a great performance in that. She's not a vanilla. She's very, very attractive, and she's very, very charismatic, and she's light. Sometimes I don't want an actress to be crying her eyes out and giving an Oscar-worthy performance. I just wanted to entertain me. Did she? Yes. The one who doesn't is Diane Kruger. Look at this face. Just to let you know how much this is a plain Jane Doe. Look at that. Sorry, does nothing for me. She speaks Joyman, and I don't like Joyman, and I don't like Inglourious Bastards. Sorry. It's a Tarantino movie I skipped because half of it is subtitled. I'm lazy. I don't want to read subtitles. I'm very lazy. When it comes to watching a movie, I want to just enjoy myself and not read it. Unless it's something in Japanese or something. But Joyman, no. Not gonna happen. But it is this is a fun movie. If you want to see something well shot, and IMDb gave it a pretty decent rating. It didn't get a 2. It got a 6.8. It's decent. It's worth your time. It's a little long, and Diane Kruger is not for me, but the rest of the movie is pretty fun. And if you're a fan of January Jones, see this film. My friend Josh can vouch for me. Yeah, she's a luscious white Caucasian beautiful woman that's mix of many European countries that mix very well with her. And she's American. What else can I ask for? From South Dakota. I think that's the same state that my friend Parker's from. Yeah. Yeah. No, not Diane Kruger. Hold on. I just don't like Diane Kruger. In the National Treasure movies, I'm like, why was she in it? That could have been anybody at that time. That could have been Maria Bello. It could have been Heidi Klum. It could have been freaking anybody. Anne Hathaway. Anybody could have been in that role. Here, January, yeah, she's from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. But she's fun. She's nice to look at, and she's subtle. She's light. She's not shoved on our faces like a lot of actresses now, especially the ones from Game of Thrones. But anyway, I'm going in tangents. Sorry about that, guys. I haven't slept well. It's my first review in 2 days. Watch this movie. It's worth your time. At least one watch. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next review.